This is Christmas 2008 when I first discovered the Haitian shipwreck. I shot it from a distance and later on went back and dove the site, I think in about 2010. I took that long to go and investigate it, and you'll see the following pictures. This shot looks like I'm looking underneath hoping to find some lobster. Yeah, this is where I tried to use some treasure diving scoop to get the ballast. And there's some part of the mast and stuff, boom maybe, and anchor, which I did recover. And you can see the end was broken, so they tied a rope around it. And this I thought was a cool picture of shoes and things like that that were left behind, artifacts from the sea, kind of cool. Yeah, I really like this shot of the squid, so I just stuck it in. Kind of beautiful nature. So in the end, I ended up taking the whole bags and recovering the whole bags and took them home and sifted them out and got the big rocks and the medium rocks and the small rocks. And by the way, they are rocks. They come from Haiti. There's no rock in the Bahamas. It's all coral sandstone. So this is igneous rock and heavy and good for ballast. They usually go to the rivers and fill sacks to put in the base of the boat to keep them from turning over, and so they can sail. And so this was my project to make an art project out of this and use this fine, pretty stone to glue to a frame and then put artistic pictures of Haitian boats in the painting, and then have the artifacts around the edge. So before I show how I made everything in this video, I'm just going to show the before and after pictures. See, I took original photographs of another shipwreck and modified them to make them into looking like a painting, and had them printed on cloth, canvas, to make them into paintings. So this is the finished product, original pictures, and then the product. You see the sandbag there in the front. Um, there it is clearly in the picture. So that shows the ballast bags. And this was another boat that I captured in the harbor sailing years ago and modified it to make it look like a painting. So that's really the art. But I'm going to also show you how everything was made, but I thought I'd put this right in the middle of the video. Here you can see I had to make secondary frames to hold the canvas, so it was double framed. And this is the making of the frames using a table saw. And yeah, this just shows how it was all done. It was quite an interesting project to do. So yeah, that's cutting the angles and sanding them down and getting them just right. That's using a belt. And then this is 2 different length screws. And then I ended up using dowels so that it didn't leave the screws inside. So I glued dowels into it with epoxy glue. And you'll see that in a second. Now that's just gluing the frames together, I guess, getting them perfectly square. Yeah, there's the screws going in, holding it together, and then there's the dowel going in. Take out the screw and put in a wooden dowel and glue it in. That works really well. Best not to have metal in it. Sanding it down, oh, that's using a router, routing the edges. And there's kind of how it's sort of finished there. And more sanding to be done. And then I use selignum so that termites won't attack it. Yeah. And it's mixing up glue, getting ready to glue the stone to it, I think. Yeah. a little slow going here. There it is. You got the glue, and then you put the gravel on top and let it get good and hardened. And that's how it's done. And that's showing the other ones in the distance. That's showing the gravel all ready to go. Make sure it's good and dry. Yeah, there's another showing of how it's done. Different times, different frames I did. Got my music there. Yeah, these are miscellaneous pictures. I didn't really sort them, it looks like. Yeah, that's close-ups of the glue going on. Wax paper down, pouring the gravel. Let it press it down really nicely and make sure it hardens, and then just shake off the excess. And that's this one. I tried to put sand on it first, the fine sand first, and then the gravel after. It was kind of a learning process. And this looks like it's backing up. Yeah, that's the selenium going on. Other views of the selenium going on. This was the final touch. I used a water-based clear coat, which looked milky at first, but then it got nice and clear once it hardened and finished curing. Yeah, so to end the video, I'm just going to go through the different pieces and show them one last time. Pretty pleased the way everything came out. Haven't figured out what I'm going to do with them. I guess the longer I hold on to them, the more valuable they'll be, because this is the days of these sailboats are disappearing, and they will no longer sail the sea. Well, there's one more thing I forgot to add, which is some of the artifacts I found on the shore. Some of them were found in the sea, some of them found on the shore. This is a poem. Seems the guy copied the poem down. And this is a little mirrored thing, you know, ladies thing for a mirror. And what else we got here? Yeah, the Bible. And what else? Somebody's shoes as they were running away and losing their shoes, and some money. Yeah, I did find a wallet with a whole bunch of ID, but I thought I wouldn't put it in the video. And this looked like a handmade aluminum spoon they used to serve food on the boat. And lastly, this was from Paris. The labels come off it, but it was from Paris, a very nice cologne. Well, there's one last thing to add, and that is I made these as flashlight holders out of the bigger rocks.